Alrighty. So I was inspired by Joe Colette, who was like saying she likes the longer videos, which was funny because in my last video I was talking about how I don't really want to talk that much anymore about the things I've like previously been talking about. But interestingly enough, like at the same time, I was a bit of an I was an AI prodigy. So I do have a deep awareness on AI, and I'm inspired by other people who are also waking up to the realities of AI. I think it was something that was like DNA encoded. And at this point, it's like people that get it just get it. So I could still kind of incorporate stuff like that if it comes up, if it feels relevant. But I also feel guided to like just talk about things that I like. And I thought I would start with the books that I'm reading. I mean, obviously, first of all, I've mentioned the Book of Zenor. So this is my morning reading, and I'm laughing because I wanted to show you. When I wake up, I drink honey. So this is an awesome thing. I follow all these Japanese vlogs. I follow all Japanese lifestyle and beauty vlogs on YouTube. So this is what I'm watching when I'm not I frankly find a lot of the information and videos the content I used to consume, I find it corrupted, diluted, too far behind the timestamp, just not interesting anymore. And that's weird. I used to like have a queue of like tons of videos. But lately I've just following mostly Japanese girls vlogs because I think their lifestyle is pretty beautiful. And coming out of like constant warfare from 2020 when I didn't have, so it was like you're asleep in the matrix and then you wake up and then you're like in warfare for a long time, and then what's the matrix? It's like the world creates your daily agenda for you. It was created for me by corporate work and demands there, and then fake friends. You find I wouldn't have any friends if I didn't go to happy hour and do, social networking and blah 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 and being a social. You were like I wouldn't have any friends. And so when you crack out of that, you're like, yeah, I really don't. Some people, they got a lot of them got married and moved on, moved away, but you're like, I'm not a socialite anymore. And then intense warfare, isolation, and then it's like, what do I do all day? Like, what do people do all day? Like, how do I make a day for myself? So I literally had to, and I didn't even know this was a thing. I had to YouTube what people do all day. Like, literally, no joke. I didn't know what to do. How do people live? Like, what do people do? Like, what is it to just make a day for yourself? I've never encountered it because I always had 2, 3 jobs and was in school and the demands of the world and then spiritual warfare, and then that carried on, and then when the dust settled, it was like, I have everything that God gave me, this house, this job that is high paying and low demand, with like-minded people, and then in my off hours I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself. What do people do? So that's how I got into vlogs. And I like Japanese culture because I think we have a lot to learn from Japanese women, because it seems to me, and maybe I'm mistaken, maybe it's just suppressed, but it seems to me that their nervous systems are a lot lower than ours. Like in America, we're in a mental asylum, and then there's all this like spiritual warfare, and you're just like being mentally bombarded, traumatized, like left and right, like constantly. So I view these women as like women who have a very steady nervous system, that they don't carry the same PTSD and traumas that like American women do. So this is why I follow Japanese women's culture. They're naturally very low on the anxiety side. And I think it's a lot of part of their culture to have a very, what do you call it? It's on the tip of my tongue. What do you call it? A very, hmm, me, shit, intentional. They live a very intentional lifestyle. So all all of them, they drink, Well, first they marinate slices of lemon with honey. So when you marinate a lemon with honey, the honey breaks down with the lemon and it makes it like a more juicier kind of fluid concoction. And then I drink it with hot water. So this is what I do when I get up in the morning. I have my marinated lemon slices, but funny enough, our grocery store was out of lemon. That's insane to me. It was out of, I mean, we're American, right? They didn't have any lemon this last grocery store shop I went to, so I had to get not they had no lemon, no limes, so I had to buy key limes, which are tiny. So I did the same concoction with key limes, and it's not the same, but it'll do for now. So when I wake up, usually 5 or 6 in the morning, I pour hot water over the marinated lemon and honey. And all Japanese chicks do this. And then I take my liver detox that I get from BioCall Medical. Just type it in here, BioCall. Not medical, BioCall Labs. It's an all natural liver detox that like seriously changed the game for me. So it's best on an empty stomach. They don't say it, in my opinion, best on an empty stomach with the lemon and honey. And then I read. I have a morning book, which is the history of Zener. So it's the history mostly of the Crowley corruption in the south of England. And I like this book because there's a ton of photographs. Like, I will be reading a book and I will be Googling because I am like a faces person. And also, this stuff is synonymous with beauty, love, and the truth. I want to know the truth about things. I don't want to just hear it from the new age super soldier community. I'm like, I want to see faces because I recognize that we are all reappearance of major figures that did big things in this last century. So I'm also Googling faces and putting together coincidences with certain people. I mean, here, like, look at this chick, Pep Benevisna or whatever. This is towards the end. I'm like, well, damn, that chick looks awfully familiar from Bob Osborne's channel, just as an example. I believe Bob Osborne is the reappearance of Timothy Leary. I believe that Miles Johnson is the reappearance of Ken Casey. Is that it? Over the Cuckoo's Nest writer. This is my morning book. My afternoon book is Poisoner in Chief. This is the history of Sidney Gottlieb, who I think is Sean Casey with the Sean Casey podcast. They got the same face. Not only that, they do the same job. They have the same job they did in the last lifetime. We do the same similar things that we did in a past lifetime. So this is my afternoon book, Poisoner in Chief, and I heard about this from, there was a girl on the Soft White Underbelly podcast, which is here on YouTube, Soft White Underbelly. And this woman, she said she's an MK Ultra victim. And I listened to it. She's actually a super soldier, which this is why I say the real super soldiers are not walking around saying, I'm a super soldier. I'm a super soldier. I'm a super soldier. I'm a Marvel character. I'm that. And I'm so great. Nope. They're not the real people. They're fully invested in their masochistic system. Okay. So I'm not interested in these people. While I do appreciate, like, I enjoy them as friends. I enjoy their company. Don't get me wrong. I don't agree with it. I was friends with James Rink, and I was very vocal about how I didn't agree with what James Rink did. Doesn't make me love him any less. Doesn't make me enjoy his company any less. I was very vocal about how I did not appreciate what James Rink does. Even though I loved him as a friend and I enjoyed his company, very vocal, did not agree with what he was doing, but he had a job to do and he did it. So this piqued my interest when this woman was on Soft White Underbelly saying she was an MK Ultra victim. So I listened to it. More than that, she was a super soldier victim. And in her podcast, in her interview, she was saying how her number one perpetrator was this gentleman, Cindy Gottlieb. So I go and I Google his face, and I'm like, that's funny. It looks just like Sean Casey with the Sean Casey podcast, or Sean Ryan. Is it Sean Ryan or Sean Casey? I don't know. He's like next to Joe Rogan on the podcast situation. He's supposed to be the Jesus of the Joe Rogan podcast right now. But the face is the same. And if you Google Wikipedia, the history, they have virtually the same job, just upgraded for the timeline. Okay. So, whatever. Anyways, so she had said in her interview, she said Sidney Gottlieb was contracted to do these experiments on people they were trying to make super soldiers. And she said that this man told her, we're going to take your personality out. We're going to take your personality out. He said, and we're going to give you a new one. That was their goal. That was their agenda. We're going to take your personality out and we're going to give you a new personality. These she considered her abusers. Now, this book is interesting because it is not just about Sidney Gottlieb. It's about all these weird Nazi mad scientists and how they came to be where they came to be. Because you were like, how did they get all these people to do all these atrocious things? Well, I'm at the part right now where they asked them how in the world. So, for example, not just this, gas chambers in World War II started as they were finding a humane way to cull the population of people who were dying from tuberculosis. So they contracted out, Bloom was his last name. I don't know exactly the first name. It's probably in here somewhere. But you know how they, in books, they constantly refer to the last name, Blome. And I have his face screenshot on my phone because I'm taking screenshots of these people's faces on my phone so that I can reference them when the time comes, if it rings any kind of resonant to anybody that I know nowadays, because these people are coming back around and they're doing similar but different things. So in the book, this gentleman was contracted to create a gas to put in a chamber to kill people who were suffering from tuberculosis. And it was supposed to be humane. And they were contracted by the government. They were paid by the government. So I'm at the part in the book where somebody is questioning, how in the world did you become this evil mad scientist, basically? And the man said that at some point, he said, we just took orders and nobody questioned it. At some point, they were like, we just did what we were told to do and nobody questioned it. They didn't question morality. So when they created gas chambers to kill victims of tuberculosis in a humane way, it quickly turned into just murder anybody in large groups for whatever reason. And this has actually been going on from World War II. It actually never stopped. It just got out of our history. It got out of our mainstream. It got out of our awareness. But there has been all kinds of genocide, which has been going on this whole time. I also have a special interest in this book too, which is such a coincidence, Japanese brutality on China. China is supposed to be such a powerhouse. I also have an extreme interest in China's brutality on the Uyghurs in Northwest China, Muslims. They have literally Muslim concentration camps in Northwest China where they're harvesting organs in Northwest China. And it's all under speculation, and it's such a weird and dicey topic, but people just want to talk about this stuff. On the William Ramsey podcast, there's a woman that was talking about this recently, Japanese brutality on China. Nobody talks about it. It's like, women want to know the truth. We like true history. It's a feminine thing, right? Because beauty, love, and the truth is synonymous. So I would think I would like to take this channel in a different direction where I not only talk about what I've been talking about, but also things of like beauty is important. Like, I feel like I've been at the bottom of the totem pole in men's lives in terms of priority because beauty has been put down to the lowest. It's like they didn't appreciate it. So beauty is everywhere, but people don't appreciate it. So when you go to a coffee shop that's like decorated and it's a beautiful atmosphere and you're drinking this coffee that tastes so good and you're having a beautiful moment with somebody, it's like you need to take a moment to recognize that there was some feminine component somewhere along the line that made this atmosphere beautiful. But we've long been like here but forgotten. Beauty should just be as important as money, as war, as any other freaking priority on men's minds. So with beauty also comes the truth and love. These things are they're simultaneous. There's no beautiful culture if there's not the truth, which brings me back to the book about the people in Zenor when they started accepting the atrocities of counterculture to Christianity and then furthering it with Aleister Crowley's influence coupled with D.H. Lawrence's influence to be a bunch of gay, sexually immoral, ST demon spreading mad imbeciles to murder and ritual sacrifice to dark gods for power. There's no beauty in that culture. Beauty is important. So I'm reading this book and I'm looking for the beauty. And the irony is, if I ever talk to these people in real life, they'll say that putting your wiener in somebody's butthole is beautiful. And that was D.H. Lawrence's whole thing. He thought it was like some beautiful, amazing thing. But this is what happens when beauty is at the bottom of the priority list, and then people do whatever they want and they call it beautiful. But it's actually a force of nature to be reckoned with. And that's where I think I want to take this channel. So hope I finished my thought there because I can be all over the place because I'm abstract, but it all connects. And you know what's interesting is how small the world is. The world is getting smaller when you study this stuff. It's getting smaller. So these are the books that I'm reading, my morning and afternoon book. I did order the Aleister Crowley Book of the Law because some troll said that I don't know anything about Aleister Crowley's teachings. And I'm like, well, I don't have to read his shit to know his teachings. But I thought instead of being a dickhead, I would actually order this $5 book, the Aleister Crowley, the Book of the Law. And it's like, I need to get a clown sticker. So I'm going to order on Amazon a sticker of the emoji clown. And I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to sit it on the back of my toilet. And that's where this book is going to stay. Because this man was just a drug addict. He was just a crazed maniac, antichrist drug addict. And you look at this book and you're like, okay, you open it up. You got the beginning stuff. You got the chapter 1. And it's like, these are numbers. Number 1. And you're like, okay, this book is reading like a freaking child on drugs. And you're like, I'm scrolling through and I'm like, the whole book is just this dude's random thoughts, and he just puts them into chapters and labels them number 1, number 2, the whole book is number 50. This is my thought number 50. Blue am I and gold in the light of my bride, but the red gleam is in my eyes and the spangles purple and green. Oh my God, so profound. Such a profound teaching from Aleister Crowley. 71, but exceed. This is just a drug addict. Like, you people cut out the Bible and you read this crap and you started doing gay sex and girls started having sex with everybody turning into lesbians. And it's like there was no beauty in your culture and you're listening to this. This is their replacement of the Bible. And it's no wonder they don't bear any fruit. But insanity. Everybody in Bob Osborne's book, if they didn't leave, they went insane. So that's what I've been reading. I got my nails done, and there's a trend called strawberry milk. So it's kind of like a translucent pink. And actually, they're my favorite nails that I've had in a long time. It's hard to see on the screen, but I keep seeing these. It's funny because I was like, in my mind, I was like, I want these like translucent, strawberry colored, creamy looking nails. And so I Googled what I was envisioning, strawberry milk nails. And then turns out strawberry milk is actually a trend right now. and it's called a bunch of different things, but it's definitely strawberry milk. And then I go into the salon that I go to, and all the girls have strawberry pink nails. I'm like, I love it. I love it so much. So, yep, that's that on the nails. Um, I got this scent for the salon. So this scent is becoming popular. Back in the day, I used to love going to the Driscoll Hotel in Austin, Texas, and I love the way the hotel smells. They definitely have a signature scent, which I think almost all high-end hotels, they have like a signature scent that they pump into the atmosphere for like years and years and years, and like they always will. It has something to do with like money and like people resonating with the hotel itself by the scent, like scents tied to memory. Hold on one sec. Dwayne, is that you? Ah, how can I scare you? Just want to make sure it wasn't Dwayne. Greg, open! So funny. My roommate came home early to me, and I'm like, "Is it Dwayne?" It's like this is homeless guy that like terrorizes our neighborhood. But yeah, anyway, so the Driscoll Hotel always had this beautiful scent. And then years later, I found in 2020, it was like Maison Louise #4 perfume. I'm like, it smells like the Driscoll Hotel. So I bought this perfume and I wore it for a year. And then I let it ran up. And I keep smelling this scent like here, there, and everywhere. So finally, I was at my med spa that give me my weight loss shots, and I haven't had done it in a while, but I've done lip filler there. I'm pretty sure it's like gone now. But anyways, I was like, what is this scent? Because I love it. It's like my favorite scent, and it's just Santal. Santal. So good to see you, Brandon. By the way, I've been checking your comments. Yeah, Santal is the scent that I absolutely love. And to me, it smells like money. It smells like affluence. It smells like beautiful. So I found out the main ingredient is Santal. So I went out to Walmart today, and my dad, his girlfriend got these like melting dishes where you like put wax on a dish, you turn it on and it melts, and they're all over his house. And I've never had one. I've never owned one of them. There is one entire aisle in Walmart devoted to this melting scents, like wax melting scents. So I bought one of these little like melting pots, and I was looking for like a scent that I really want, and they actually had Santal as a scent, which historically was really rare, hard to find. So I got it and I put it in the salon today, and it just smells so good. So I'm so excited about it. Yeah, I wanna wear it as a perfume like I used to, like, I just love it, but I did get a new perfume. I got the Hermès perfume, which is funny, I got a sample of the Hermès perfume in W Magazine. I just subscribed to W Magazine again. It used to be my favorite magazine, and one day I thought, I don't subscribe to magazines. Like, you know what's coming back is hardcover books and magazines. And you heard this was going to make a comeback with everybody just sick of all of the AI and digital stuff. You heard that this was going to make a comeback, and I'll tell you what, traveling in the airport, everyone is reading hardcover books. Going to breweries, people are sitting there reading hardcover books again. And I love it. I love the reappearance of hardcover books. Like they're really making a comeback. Um, and so, anyways, yeah, I got W Magazine, and in the magazine, they have this perfume sample of Hermes, which to me had like notes of Santal in it. So I put it on, and I was just like, I loved it. So I got it for Christmas because I still have a Santa. My dad still asks me for a Christmas list because I'm 36 and not married. So I still have Santa. So Santa was like, give me a Christmas list. And on it was this Hermes perfume. So I got it, but I don't find that, like, I don't remember it just like the sample in the magazine, but I still like it. It's right here. Yeah, the Hermes perfume. It spreads it. I don't know. It's funny. It's like it doesn't really smell exactly like the sample. I don't think it's fruitier to me, but I don't know. It's weird. I have to go back and look. He did spend top dollar, so he didn't get a fake one. But yeah, I guess as it warms up, it smells a little bit more like the sample. but it's fruitier than the sample that I wish I saved the sample. It's fruitier to me than the sample I remember. So yeah, that's what I'm reading and that's what I'm interested in. And I'm curious to see where this channel will go because I do have way more interests outside of just what I've been talking about. And just shared a little bit with you here now. So let me know if you're interested in this. Oh my gosh, you guys are so awesome. Matthew, good to see you. He's so funny. Matthew Mornian, he's like my go-to wizard. I found this like new age silly, like I find these silly, crazy new age starseed people. And I sent this video to Matthew. I was like, Matthew, what is going on here? He's so funny because he always has a deeply psychological, resonating, truthful explanation of what is happening here. Like these megalomaniacs, right? These like weird like starseed gurus. They're getting weirder and I'm like, "What is this? What are these?" So, good to see you, Matthew. And Brandon, so good to see you all. Brandon says, yeah, it was Crowley just free associating Lamb, a demon in Egypt. Yeah, and they mentioned that too, like Baphomet, yada yada yada. I mean, they were not like secretive about the dark arts that they were messing with. It was never a secret. But it was funny how Crowley like offered people another way out. And it's like, but they all went insane. And I don't think Crowley kept a single friend for long. And someone said even in the end, Crowley says, God, comma, what have I done? So he probably wasn't the worst guy ever. But if people can be deceived, I guess they needed to be deceived by Aleister Crowley. So this is what I'm studying in right now. And I think it's interesting how small the world is getting when it comes to the Crowley cult people and then the weird mad scientists of World War II until now. The world gets smaller. Like the overlap is insane. It's so interesting. So I'm actually really enjoying myself lately with these books I'm reading and the things I'm interested in. You know, all the brutality, all of like, you think the Holocaust freaking ended? It didn't. It was just like, it just like is in different areas and it's like a secret. There was like Japanese brutality on China, and then right now China is doing brutality on Muslims in Northwest China. The Uyghurs, you Uig, it's a weird spelling. The Uyghur camps. Look this stuff up. This is so interesting, and people are actually making documentaries on it. The Uyghur camps. It's like a Holocaust of Muslims in China. It's so interesting. So that's it for me, I guess. More where that came from if you guys like this content. So have a beautiful night, and maybe I'll make a TikTok or two as things come to me. If not, I'll just see you when I see ya. Have a beautiful night. Check you later.